Hello chat, and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies Fusion. Now, it's been a while since an episode of this has come out, and it's been a while since I recorded an episode of this. I say a while, it's more like maybe 2 weeks at most, I don't know. I was very hesitant to get to this one, because this is the longest one in the series. 48 minutes, I think it is, but it's also the last one in the series. Well, not the last video in the series, period, rather, but this is the last one that I happened to record, pre-record like this. So, and this is, before we even start with any story time shit or whatever, I'm gonna immediately ask you, first off, right off the bat, for those of you who do watch, because I know there are some of you that actually do watch, and thank you so much for watching, do you like this format better, or do you like it better when I just play the game and talk while I'm playing the game? Like, do you prefer me record it first and then talk over it? So it's like, you know, kind of an after the fact type thing? Or do you like it better when I, excuse me, my brain is kind of fucked up here. When I actually, play it and record at the same time, right? Like, the first episodes in this series, they were like an hour long each, because I was recording it and I was talking at the same time. I was doing both. These have been, like, shorter because they're... I don't really know why they've been shorter, actually. I guess just kind of coincidence, but they're pre-records. I recorded the gameplay and now I'm talking over the gameplay, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry that the start of this episode is awful. What format do you like better? I'm asking because when I continue this series, I want to know how we go about it. So please let me know in the comments. Do we keep doing it the way we've been doing it the last couple episodes, or do we go back to just fucking talking over the gameplay while we're playing? Like, which one do we do? Let me know. Please let me know in the comment section which one you prefer. And then, yeah. But like I said, I was hesitant to do this one because it's the longest one in the series so far, and I don't know how to really talk over 48 minutes. It's gonna be tough. And also, I didn't even really think about this. I kind of just hit record. I just cleaned a table in my basement, an old like fold-out table that we're gonna use for Thanksgiving. And I just cleaned it in my basement, and I used a bunch of cleaning chemicals. And I'm pretty sure I did the one thing you're like never supposed to do, which is mixing bleach and like floor cleaner or whatever, like the thing that you do that you're not supposed to do because you accidentally create mustard gas or whatever. I'm pretty sure I did that, and there's like flecks of that poison in my nose right now, so that's cool. So forgive me if I'm fucked up, you know, like mentally, because I'm also fucked up physically. my brain, this entire episode is going to be fueled off of me with cleaning chemicals. So that's fun. Also, too, I'm filming this right before I stream, because I'm only going to be able to stream once this week due to teeth shit, and we'll talk about that too in this episode. Yay, more tooth shit. I thought we were done with it, but no, apparently not. So yeah, I can only stream once this week, and then hopefully I can stream more the following weeks after the holidays and whatnot. That remains to be seen, but that's the hope anyways. But let's talk about the tooth shit, because it's kind of interesting, because this series has sort of been a documentation of my tooth shit. Which it was not intended to be that way, because this was all stuff that was not intended to ever happen. This kind of just all happened to me on a whim, so that's fun. But yeah, this has sort of become a documentation of my tooth troubles. Completely unintended after effect, I suppose. So last we left off on the, you know, fucking exhilarating Tooth Chronicles, right? Swelling face, you know, went to the ER, passed out because of Decadrone, you know, CAT scan, tooth abscess, went to the dentist. Well, here we are, post-dentist. I went to the dentist, sit in the waiting room for like 45 minutes, go back, they take the x-rays, sit in the doctor's office for like 15-20 minutes, which, you know, that's just how it goes. That's how, you know, it goes. Which, whatever. It sucks, but that's how it goes. So sit there for like, you know, an hour goes by, right? An hour I'm at this dentist, and then he says, he comes in, the guy, he comes in and he says this, and I quote him here. He said, so, I'm not really sure why you still have an abscess, and you can see here, this is a bad quote because I'm not, it's not a direct quote because I'm fumbling his quote, but yeah. Forgive me, please. I'm heavily medicated and I'm full of bleach. Rubs suspiciously bleach-shaped tummy. He comes in and he says, we're not really sure why you still have a tooth abscess. If you look at the x-rays here, you can see it's about the size of a dime. And I say, oh no, that's bad. And he goes, yeah. So what we're gonna have to do. I can taste the bleach in my mouth. It's delicious. Hold on. Forgive me. I'm gonna mute the mic while I cough my lungs out. Hold on. Oh boy, I'm sorry. I think I just produced a son. I coughed like crazy. I almost threw up with how bad I coughed just now. I might throw up as this episode records, but we're gonna keep going because I can't do another take of this. This is 48 minutes. I can't afford to do another take. And you know, it's real. It's like, this is like reality TV, but it's more real because you're watching someone throw up on camera by pure accident and by chance. Anyways, I'm full of bleach. Rub suspiciously bleach-shaped tummy. I need water. I'm going to drink water. You guys, this is going to be a gameplay heavy episode, so what? Look at the game. Look at that. Isn't it fun? Video games are fun, right? Look at that. Just watch that for a second. Give me 1 second, real quick. I'm so sorry. Video games are fun. Video games are great. I'm a little better. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. My name is so_sorry. Where was I? Shit. My pants. In front of the Queen of England. That's where. No. So, he comes in, he says, your tooth abscess is the size of a dime, and we're not sure why it's that big, or why it's still there. Especially after you taking all of the antibiotics, we're especially not sure why it's still that big. So we're going to have to do a root canal on you, he says. Jesus Christ, I got jump scared by my fucking phone. Oh boy, what a day. I truly hope nobody watches this episode, because this is not a fine moment for me. This is not a good time. Yeah, he says we're gonna have to do a root canal. So, in 2 days' time, what am I doing at this point in the video game? I have no idea. What is going on here? Why did I pause? I don't care. I hope none of you watch this. If you're watching this now, you should probably not. I'm so sorry. So in 2 days' time, I will be getting a root canal, and I'm fucking excited. I'm so excited. And you know, I just can't hide it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it, because why the fuck am I paused here? Hello? Oh, I do not watch this episode. I'm so sorry. In 2 days' time, I'm gonna be getting a root canal, and I'm excited because, that's gonna hurt like fuck. It's infamously, root canals hurt like fuck because they're pulling the nerves out. They're pulling the nerves out. And that's what's going to be happening to me, is they're going to be pulling the nerves out. And that's an exciting thing, and it also means, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but from what I understand, it also means that that tooth will now be dead, quote unquote. So it'll still be in there, they're gonna fill it up and they're gonna put it in a way that it stays, but the tooth itself is going to be dead. So that essentially guarantees that at some point in my life, not necessarily the next 5 years or 10 years, but at some point in my life, that tooth is going to be coming out, because it's a dead tooth. So it's just going to be sitting there, is dead, forever, until it comes out. And it doesn't necessarily mean soon, it could be a very long time from now before it comes out, but I believe that essentially, it being a dead tooth that's in my mouth, it's gonna come out at some point. So that's fun, and it sucks because I have no idea how we got here. Like, what happened? You know? Brush your fucking teeth, guys. Brush your teeth. But also, like, I don't get what happened. Because the last time, before, like, I don't know how long it was before all this occurred that I went to the dentist. I guess like 6 months, right? Because that's when your general, like, dentist shit is, right? I guess, yeah, so I guess 6 months. But when I went there, they take the x-rays, because they do it, either it's like every single time, or it's every other time that they do it, I think. I don't know. But when they took the x-rays, they were like, hey, guess what? You're good. It was before, because I got my wisdom teeth removed a couple months ago. And before that, the checkup that was before that, where they determined that I needed to get my wisdom teeth removed, they took the x-rays and they were like, hey, you gotta get your wisdom teeth removed, they're kind of fucked. And, you know, that was scary in its own thing, because I didn't know what to expect. So that was horrifying, and let me tell you, having your teeth removed, it's scary shit. But I'm more scared about the root canal than I am about the singular root canal than I am about the 4 teeth that I got removed. So yeah, or what was it, 2? I guess it was 2. Was it? Yeah, it was 2. It was only 2. Whatever. So wisdom teeth removed, right? But the X-rays that they took before, when they determined, okay, your wisdom teeth need to be removed, they were like, hey, wisdom teeth need to be removed. They're kind of fucked up, but everything else perfectly great. No cavities, nothing. You're good. You're doing great. You know, nothing at all. So there was clearly no tooth abscess then, obviously. If there was, they would have fucking spotted it. Obviously there wasn't a tooth abscess then. But also there was clearly nothing wrong with that tooth in general, just in that area. And I don't get, like, why now? Why suddenly now? That and how does a tooth abscess, I didn't really do much looking into this, but how a tooth abscess lead to getting a root canal? Like, I mean, yeah, okay, tooth abscess is a bacterial infection, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, alright, okay, I'm reading here. That makes sense. Like, that does makes perfect sense, actually, but I just, it's, because that tooth, you have to consider here, that tooth is not fucked up. That tooth is okay. It's that, I mean, it is a little bit, like, slanted, but it has always been that way, and I don't like that it's that way. I don't like that it's, not straight, because all my teeth, they're not like, like majorly crooked, but they're not straight. My teeth aren't straight. They've never been straight. So that one particular tooth has always been, like, not straight, and it's kind of being brushed up against by another tooth. And I was always concerned by that, actually, but, like, the tooth itself is supposedly, it's fine. It's fine. There's no cavities. Nothing like that. Like, if there was a cavity in that tooth, they would have told me just a couple of days ago when they got the X-ray. They would have told me that, but there wasn't. There wasn't one. And if there was one, they would have told me. There's no cavity in that tooth. There's no cavity, as far as I know, again, in any of my teeth. It's just, that just kinda is a thing that occurred. And that's bizarre to me, you know? Right? Like, that's just bizarre, because, like, what do you mean that just happened? What do you mean, like, I'm doing great, but oh, this just is a thing that happened? Huh? That seems a bit fucked. Like, that's unfair. Come on now, right? So that, yeah, fun times in Ridgemont High. Just, brush your teeth. Because I'll be real with you here, and this is not something that... What? Oh, you're kidding. Give me 1 second. Okay, well, guess what that was? That was a confirmation from my dentist, believe it or not, because we have to do verbal confirmations. It's great, yay. And also, so I verbally confirmed my appointment for my root canal, and also they gave me an estimate of what the payment's going to be. It's going to be $162. That's the rough estimate. So $162 to get major pain, you know, in my tooth, and have my tooth removed, like, not tooth removed, have the roots of my tooth removed, the nerves, exposed nerves be pulled out. That's gonna be fun, and that's gonna cost me $162, and this is just a thing that can happen sometimes, I guess. This is just a thing that can occur, I guess. But I'll be real with you here. I was gonna say this before I got interrupted. I'm gonna mark on this episode, I'm gonna just put on the thumbnail, do not watch this episode, it sucks, or something along those lines, because it does. What happened here, guys? You know, I was hesitant to do this one because of how long it is, and I don't know how to fill all that dead air, but, like, what happened here, guys? I'm so sorry. And we're only halfway through, so that's fun. Here's the thing. I'll be so just completely 100% honest with you. And this is not something I'm proud in admitting. This is not something I take pride in exactly, but, you know, sometimes you gotta show your colors, or whatever the saying is. I kind of neglect myself, you know, because I have ADHD and all that shit, so my brain is just kind of like, if I don't, if I want to do something, it will get done. If I don't want to do something, it will never get done. So there will be times where I just go like, nah, I'll be fine if I don't brush my teeth for, let's say, 2 or 3 or 4 days. It'll be great. But I've gotten much better. I've gotten much better at that. And I've made a habit at bare minimum to always, every single day without fail, I've made a habit to be using mouthwash and dental floss at bare minimum. And you know, it's you hear that and you're like, oh wow, great, you're so proud of you for using dental floss and mouthwash, right? I get it, believe me, I get it, but it's like, there's just, when you have the things that I do, and for those of you who do, you'll know this, there's like a hardwired part of your brain that just doesn't want to do things. It just can't function. And you end up like going a few days without showering, or going a few days without brushing your teeth, right? And you neglect yourself. But eventually, at least in my case, it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, this is bad. I need to do something about it, right? And that's you know, that's kind of what happens with the teeth thing, especially. But like I said, I've been doing better because I make a habit now of always using mouthwash and dental floss every single day, no matter what, just every day. And that really is, I understand like why it might, like, you look at that and you're like, oh great, big whoop, you know, how great, good for you. But it really is a big thing. Like, just doing that is helping me, and also, like, it's hard, right? There's no way that I can, there's truly, if you don't understand like the kind of brain that you have when you have these sort of disorders, you won't understand. You just won't, and that's, you know, I can't expect you to. And I'm not, I know the way I say that, it makes it sound like, oh, well, you just won't understand. You know, you just simply won't understand. I don't need to brush my teeth, you see, because I have this special disorder, so I don't need to, and you just don't understand. You're not allowed to criticize me for not showering because you just don't. I'm not saying that. Like, I've got a problem. It's a problem. And it's a big problem. You need to be hygienic and take care of yourself and shit, and that's a problem if you're not. But there's certain parts of my brain that just can't do it, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I do take pills, and let me tell you, if I didn't take pills for this shit, I would not function, because yesterday I forgot to take my pills, and I barely made it through my workday. I was just dead tired. It was almost like, it was crazy how, you know. And that's just the way that the ADHD, whatever you want to call it, that brain works. So yeah, I'm not looking at you here and I'm not saying, oh, well, you know, you should pity me because I have a condition and this is just the way that I am. That's not what I'm saying here. It's like, no, this is a problem, but it's also a problem that I think my brain is contributing a lot to here. In comparison to everything else, my brain is just, it doesn't function the way a normal person's brain works, so you know, I reason out, like, oh, of course, I'll be fine if I just go X, Y, Z without A, B, C. And you're not. It's a problem. It's regardless of my brain being the way it is a problem, and I need to be better with it. But I think this is a thing that a lot of people can relate to, because I feel like a lot of people are in this same sphere. A lot of people can probably relate to this exact thing in this exact way. But I say this because I'm not great with my teeth. I'm not. And that's part of probably why I'm fucked up right now. But also, you know, it feels unfair, because they checked me out and they were like, no, you're good. And let me tell you something. When they checked me out, like, and this was the, like I said, the one before where they said, okay, you've got your wisdom teeth are fucked up, they need to be removed. I was, you know, that was concerning to me, because I didn't know what to expect, so I was freaking out a bit, right? But when they did that, and they said, yeah, your wisdom teeth need to be removed, but you don't have any cavities, you're good. Dude, do you know, like, how fucking proud, question mark, I was of myself? To be going that long, like 6 months or whatever, and I come to the dentist and they say, hey, guess what, you don't have any cavities, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking great. That's great. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Like, it's not, a normal human being is not going to go to the dentist, hear that they don't have cavities, and be proud of themselves, right? Because a normal human being is going to just brush their teeth every day, twice a day, like they were taught when they were a kid, and you know, and it's going to be like, oh, I don't have any cavities? Okay, yeah. I mean, of course I don't. Why would I? I mean, why would I have cavities? Like, I do this thing every day. I do the thing and I'm good, you know. But for someone like me, where my brain is just not normal, and I neglect myself, for lack of a better word, I neglect myself sometimes. You hearing that, oh, guess what? By the way, you're doing good. It's like, oh shit, really? I am real, like for real. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with all this. I'm sorry that this kind of became a weird tangent about mental health. But I you know, and also, yeah, let's talk about that too, because it is a mental health thing. This is not just something that people with a certain disorder will relate to. This is also something that is very heavily apparent in things like depression, of course. Which, you know, this is something like a lot of people can probably relate to for a lot of different reasons. But it's not something that we really ever talk about as you know, a group of people, as a society or whatever. We live in a society where man and woman can drink bleach in basement and then not brush teeth for 5 days. Batman. What's going on this episode? What is going on this episode? I don't know, I'm sorry. No, but we don't talk about this, and like, we don't talk about how it can be hard. It can be hard. And that's something we need to talk about. Because it can be hard sometimes to do things, and, you know, sometimes you just, you let yourself go, question mark. Is that the best? That's not a great way to describe it, but sometimes you just let yourself go. And it's not something, you know, to be proud of or whatever, but it's like, no one talks about it. And when you talk about, like, oh, yeah, I don't brush my teeth as much as I should, or, oh, I don't shower as much as I should, you know, it's always with this shame. And yeah, I'm not saying, like, there's a way I'm trying to put this here, and I feel like I'm putting it the wrong way. I'm not trying to say, like, oh, you're not allowed to shame me for not brushing my teeth because I am different, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's this just sense of shame in this difficulty, this problem that people have that have these mental disorders, or, you know, it's these depression, anxiety, whatever, that you cannot talk about this. You can't talk about, oh, well, this is hard for me. Because what do you mean that's hard for you? Everyone does this. This is normal human behavior. You're telling me normal human behavior is hard for you? How does that make sense? Of course normal human behavior is hard for me, because I'm not a normal human, right? Like, it's not something that should be hard to understand, but it is, and you can't talk about it because of that, right? It's just like, and this is a shitty comparison. I don't know why that my brain is going to this. This is a really shitty comparison. But it's like, mental health is like glasses, right? Everyone's mental health is different. Everyone's eyesight is different. But when you have mental health disorders, you are wearing glasses. And what I mean by that is this, you know, maybe when you take those glasses off, you're blind. Maybe you need those glasses, like, really, really bad in order to function. Or maybe you don't need glasses at all. You know, maybe you're just fine without glasses, right? But when you wear glasses and then you one day you show up and you're like not wearing glasses, people are like, hey, how can you see? Aren't you blind? People think that your vision is like, you just can't see. This is a shitty analogy. I'm sorry. This is a bad analogy for this. But it's like, I wear glasses, right? My vision, not great. My vision, pretty fucked. Not blind, though. I'm not blind. I just wear glasses because it's kind of like I can't really see the shit that's far away. You know, I see everything. Everything is in my vision, is there. I see it. It's not like it disappears. I still see it. It's just kind of more difficult for me. So, like, I know you compare that to mental health, it's like, I know the things I'm supposed to do, I try and do the things that I'm supposed to do, but it's more difficult for me. And you show up to work without your glasses, people are like, hey, aren't you blind now? Right? Like, no, that's not how it works. I'm not, you know, some malfunctioning machine if I don't have this thing. But I do, you know, need them. I would rather have them than not, you know? And that's different for a lot of people, because you can compare that, this is a shitty fucking analogy, but you compare that to like shit like medication, right? Some people that have these disorders, they need medication. They just need it to function. And some people don't. Some people don't need that. And they're better without it than with it. And that's a different thing. Me, I can't function without it. I just can't. Some people can. The point is that people, you can't talk about this. You can't talk about, oh, well, this is why I wear glasses, this is what my vision looks like, without people going, well, aren't you XYZ if you don't have them? Aren't you, like, why, like, how do you do, people think you're fucking Godzilla, you know? Like, they look at you and you're like, mental health, when you talk about mental health, and mental health disorders more specifically, with certain people, they're just like baffled. They're baffled by it. And it's like they don't understand what you're going through, and they don't understand that you are the exact, they see the world. I can't speak for everyone, but I see the world in the exact same fucking eyeballs that all of you see the world in. I see, you know, the way that I'm supposed to function as a human in the exact same way. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what is supposed to be happening here, you know? But it's hard. And it's sad that we can't talk about it. Like, why can't we talk about that? Why do we have to feel this sort of, like, shame, right? For talking about things that are problems for people. Like, this is a thing that is affecting someone. And you can't talk about it without either A, sounding like you're some fucking Bigfoot cryptid that is just so abnormally different from the rest of the world, or B, like, people thinking, oh, well, no, you're being a baby about it, you know? Like, you're not, just get better. Just fucking brush your teeth, idiot. And it's hard, it can be hard sometimes to disagree with them, too. Because if you hear that over and over and over and over again, you start to think in your mind, well, shit, I mean, I guess they're right. Like, yeah, I guess I should kind of just get over it by now. You know, I guess I should just be doing better. But it's not that simple. And we need to discuss, you know, that it's the fact that it's not that simple. Without feeling this sort of, you know, shame behind it. Where did this episode go off to? Like, why did we end up here? I don't know. I'm so sorry. This has been fucking weird. Like I said, I'm full of cleaning chemicals and lots of medication for my teeth. But that's the thing. It's just, you know, I'm a human being. You're a human being. We both see the world in the exact same eyeballs. But, you know, my eyeballs don't work the same way as your eyeballs do. And that's not a weird thing. It's not crazy that my eyeballs don't work the same way. It's not like this baffling, you know, let's do a fucking documentary on how weird this guy's eyeballs are. You know? No, my eyeballs work different. but we both see the exact same world, you know? We both know what what life is like. We both know, you know, what we're supposed to be doing. It's harder. It's just harder. That's it. You know? It's that simple. And some people don't get that. And that's sad, I guess. There's no other way to put it. It's sad because, you know, you can't talk about this without either being a Bigfoot cryptid or, you know, being someone who's over-exaggerating their own issues. Right? So, that's that. Anyways, enough of that shit. My point that I'm trying to get to here is brush your teeth. I know it's hard sometimes. Just do it, you know? Because my teeth aren't always, you know, in great condition. But when they are, you know, they are. And I'll tell you, this whole experience with my teeth and, you know, passing out at the ER, very fun. I'm never gonna forget that, because that was genuinely the scariest thing that's ever happened to me up to this point in my life. And I hope that's the scariest thing that ever happens to me. I hope it doesn't get worse than that. Jesus Christ. My moral of the story from all these episodes we're talking about tooth shit is like, just, you know, take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself, even if it's hard. Just try your best to take care of yourself. Because, and you know that you're not the only one who is, you know, struggling. You're not the only one that's struggling, especially, you know, in a certain, like, you're gonna think and you're gonna be like, hey, I can't talk about this, because how can you talk with someone about, like, oh yeah, by the way, doc, you know, I just kind of have problems brushing my teeth and taking a shower. You know, it just kind of, that's difficult for me to do mentally. You know, how do you say that, right? How do you just tell someone that? You know, I get it. But know that, like, it's not a lone experience. This is a thing that a lot of people struggle with because you're hearing some random guy on the internet complain about it right now. So yeah, just take care of yourself. I know it's difficult, but just try. And take it one day at a time. You know, do what's right for you. And just you know, keep going. Fucking keep going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this episode turned into this. I don't know how it happened. I have a lot of dead air to fill, as you can see. Bad episode. Just for the future, if we do keep doing this episode format, I'm definitely gonna make the video shorter. I don't know what I was doing here. Oh boy, but yeah. So yeah, this has been an experience for me, and a couple days from now I gotta get this root canal, and I'm freaking the fuck out about it. But hey, and actually, the day that this goes up, it will be Thursday. So literally the day that this goes up, and probably around the time that this goes up, I will be getting the root canal. Like, as you are seeing this, or maybe a little bit before you saw this, it happened. So that's fun. I'm scared. Help me. Help. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. How many times have I said in this episode? I wonder if we can do a count of that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this is the last time you will see me with functioning nerve in one of my teeth. The next time you see me, I will have a tooth that does not have a functioning nerve in one of them. Fun fact, I guess. Cool. I guess that in a way that does make me like kind of a cryptid Bigfoot hybrid. Like, one of my teeth has no nerves, and it's cool and it's fun. Wow, your mom lets you have 2 nerves in your teeth? Mine lets me have no nerves. I don't know. Where am I going with this? Yeah, we got like 2 minutes left. I just want to say, I don't know how this episode became this. I'm sorry this episode became this. This was fucking weird for me. Trust me, as weird as this might have been for you, it was just as fucking weird for me. So I don't know how we turned into this, but I'm sorry. Anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Just throughout this whole series and this whole weird, bizarre tooth experience, I promise you, well, I can't promise anything, but ideally, if nothing goes wrong, ideally, pray for me, pray that nothing goes wrong. If ideally nothing goes wrong, this will be the last time you hear anything about my tooth bullshit. So then we can be done. We don't have to do this dumb tooth thing anymore, I promise. But anyways, chat. Yeah, thank you for watching this. If you watched this entire episode, I want to first start by saying I'm sorry. Let me give you a formal apology. I don't. Man, just you know, man, right? I mean, you know. But yeah. So as always, thank you for being here. Hopefully this whole root canal shit goes well. I'm just trying to fill dead air for the last 30 seconds. Anyways, have a good day, have a good night wherever you are, have a good life. Thank you so much for watching. I promise next episode will be a little bit more controlled and, like, you know, organized. Yeah, let's say that. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye!